All right, welcome everyone. At the risk of just getting stuck in the rut too long and just not raising the ceiling of the deck, we're trying something fun tonight. And hey, Joff, how's it going? And we're gonna see just how far we can push the limits of this deck. It's something I've thought about on and off this past, I would say, 10 months or so. Uh, so the origins of this is last year's qualifier around this actually last October, so just under a year ago. Upa and myself top aided the last October's qualifier. We were the last two undefeated actually, and when we paired in the Swiss, being the last two in defeat undefeated Cradle players, he beat me heads up, and it felt like he was pretty favored because of Smog. Now, I gave Smog a quick run. Sorry, let me speak closer to the mic so the audio is better. Apologize for that. I tried Smog in the sideboard, and it was interesting. And it's for the first time I thought somebody's deck building might have been somebody might have had a better list than I did. For the first time, I thought that since really picking up this deck competitively. Now I came to the conclusion it was interesting. I'm not sure it was better, but definitely can catch people off guard. So fast forward, 11 months, I guess. We're to a point where we've cut most of the fat from, that list at that time. So, that list was running 24 lands, you know, two Talon gates, flooding kind of a lot, running hoof. A lot of these suboptimal choices, in my opinion, in hindsight, but this deck doesn't have that many pilots, so iterating on the deck often takes significantly longer than other decks. So that's one I would call a disadvantage about this deck. It takes us a lot longer to get to, every. I wouldn't call it final form, but let's just say every evolution step. I don't know what you mean by that. Has been skimmed off the. Sure, I think I understand now. Yeah, you're taking out the fat off the top, right? So the deck's a lot more lean, and to the point where we actually can fit the whole package main deck now. Before, between like excess lands, hoof, you just don't have the space, right? And then you just like have this suboptimal sideboard that has holes everywhere in it because you have to fit 8 cards, right? Now you have like a playable sideboard, so to speak. I don't want to talk about too much. I'm a little bit tired because I usually try not to stream back to back because I am an introvert, so it is mentally draining for me. But this is fun enough where I thought, what's there to lose, right? Especially since last night's stream just it could have gone worse, but not really, in the sense that we didn't get really any good practice besides the fact that we realized against lands we probably need a hard out against Merit Lage on turn two that they're probably tapping out for. Um, I came to the conclusion Caracas and crop rotation are probably worth it. And but again, that's in the grand scheme of things, kind of a small, development, so to speak. I think we want to try to raise the ceiling of the deck if we can. This is the mole. Sure. I thought about something. I don't know if Cradle is actually the best card in this deck at the moment. It, from the perspective of, I don't know how much this is tapping for two, the way the game plays out, but we'll see. Ooh, cannot believe I whiffed. Okay, we'll just we won't give them a target. It's interesting that they went with Wasteland though. The reason why I'm, even though I'm flooded, the reason why I went for a basic there is because I want to slam white on two no matter what. Feels like that's Ophelia. So we're not gonna attack into the Philia. We're gonna play our wine pass. Could be better than what? Okay. I think we want to land personally. Okay. If this was a snuff out, our hand gets. We we kind of have an awkward hand to be honest too, but whatever. I'm not gonna like sweat this league too much. It's just kind of for fun. I feel like at so the interesting thing here is like, am I gonna like try to smog them here or hold it? I guess that's like the question, right? Like, are we gonna like try to just mind twist them? They go to three. They go to one. I like to play snuff out. What is the cut though? You don't have room. I mean, it's on the in the grand scheme of things, it's like minimal in my opinion. Like the life gain, you probably drain two, to lose two, on average. I feel like we just hold the smog here. Well, yeah, because they still have the oscillate. I think we probably just lose. I think you want no. The thing about this deck is if you play something with higher variance like Smog, you want the rest of your deck to be consistent. Like that's a general heuristic in deck building. You don't want more variance, which is why I want no. I think we just hope to get lucky at this point. To be honest, we have a lot of outs. I just don't think we're winning if we try to like smog them for value, so to speak. Because they just keep the oscillate pride in their hand. Sure. Now, obviously, the smog could just as easily just be a. If it's a snuff out, this is different, but it could easily just be a key nine. We just lose anyways. I think we just let this nonsense all resolve. Oops. I think we just deck thin now. Actually, one thing I was thinking about because we have a combo, I kind of want more terrain in this list. Do I pin anything? Guess not. Ugh. I don't think we show the combo here. Yeah, I think you definitely want it. That's something I was thinking about. I just didn't have the cut right. Very awkward here. Now, to be fair, I know we're lamenting the fact that Smog was on snuff out. If it's a keen eye, probably doesn't matter. Maybe they're holding up swords. Who the heck knows? Okay. I think we just have to bounce, not bounce, phase this out so we don't have get hit with lethal. That's more or less it. What is that? 9. Okay, that's a lot. They're all flyers. I think we just pin their what the hell is going on? Sure, I guess before that. We're gonna deck in. Okay, that's 3, 9. We're not dead yet, so we can fetch. Sure. Figure this thing out. You already feel the what's it call it? You already feel the inconsistency creeping up on us. Now, again, like I said, to be fair, obviously we're lamenting the fact it's not snuff out, but if it's keen eyed, we'll probably still lose this game. All right, heart of the cards now. We have to draw a green sun or a thing and hope their last card in their hand is not removable. Actually, they're tapped out. So heart of the cards. There it is. There it is. I don't know how this works. I'm assuming I have to keep clicking on myself. All right, this. I can get used to this. I don't know if there's an easy way to shortcut this, but 2 copy the spell. Yes. Can our opponent just like concede to us? What the heck? Alright, I'm gonna hate doing this already. That's one negative about this kind of deck. Uh, I wish there was a way yield to all. Alright, that's faster. Probably. We top deck on the final turn. We did deck thin, to be fair. Also, the other thing is we probably want more Mortuary. Like, if we're playing another inconsistency card in the deck, granted higher ceiling, obviously, because we just like luck sacked ourselves right now. All right. What scoreboard? Smog 1, Kenai 0. Scoreboard Smog 1, Kenai 0. Again, you play natural order because again, this is not something I invented. I'm not gonna claim like I'm the only person who knows this, but in general, when you have high variance cards, you want the rest of your deck to be very consistent because you just don't want variance on top of variance. Like that's just as a recipe for disaster. All right. Ugh. Mm, so the good thing about the smog combo is like, um, yeah. So that's the thing. You don't even need hoof. You just find the combo and just kill them that way. It does, but in a different kind of way. Like you can draw the attractor. That's a different kind of variance. Like in general, natural order is a one card combo. So I mean, you're not wrong, but like it's not the variance in the way that I'm trying to talk about. I'm talking about like inconsistency kind of variance, not fail rate really. Yeah, I would say that's more fail rate than variance. This is just for fun, but we are 1-0 in this game right now, which is very funny. We drew on the last turn possible with. People always laugh when I say this, but deck thinning is very very crucial, very very crucial. What do we want to do here? I think we just like leave it. Ugh, no black mana. I'm gonna have to keep this nonsense. Sure. I get the feeling Cradle is probably gonna be really bad in this deck, but neither here nor there. It's possible the Cradle should just be Wasteland or something. I think we just kill that now, probably. I don't think I care about this card for the most part. I mean, like I'm obviously we care, but not really. Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible that like we can just like open ourselves up to more flex lands, more black mana or wasteland. Sure, it's quite annoying. probably just dead, to be honest. Like, natural order off the top. That helps. Definitely helps. The problem is we're probably gonna die pretty soon. I think we just do this. We get rid of the voice. We get rid of the. Yeah, we're otherwise we're gonna just die to this thing. We just slow down their clock. I mean, it's possible we're supposed to just. Interesting. Mm, I should not have pitched that, to be honest. And we just kill the Filia right now. Okay. What do we want? We don't want to phase it out. Oh, it has Shroud already, so I guess we can just get uh the fetch land. Okay, they're hellbent. Uh, we're gonna fetch Bayou here in case it matters. It's not the card I wanted to see. Why not pop the Cradle? You have backup. I don't understand what you're saying. What am I doing here? Deck thinning again? Okay, we're one step closer. Well, attack? No, I think I want to just hold Reclaimer up. Safekeeper is probably just nuts in this kind of deck. Probably just absolute nuts. No more deck thing for us. We just pass. It's very awkward that we don't have Mortuary in our deck. I mean, that does it, I guess. Um, we have a protected kill too, I think. This is kind of nuts what we're doing here. Like, not gonna lie, it's kind of impressing me. Are we onto something here? Are we onto something? This is kind of nuts. Although we did get a little lucky that game one. The game two, we were in pretty commanding position. I felt like we couldn't lose there, right? Maybe we'll see. I'm not gonna lie, like it I'm gonna give credit where it's due. This deck is so far 1 for 1. And who would have known? If nothing else, I think we're gonna have a fun stream. Like I think that is almost guaranteed. Um, ugh, how is it that we draw the two endurances here, and we have a safekeeper that's dead? I think this is a mulligan. Okay, we're gonna keep, but it's like pretty awful. I think it's yeah, I think it's this. Unfortunately, well, it's the one thing I can't like figure out is like smog and natural order at the same time is a little bit awkward. Do we just bin the smog for now at least, so we could just like play creatures? Yeah, I think so. I think because we molded already, we want to just play creatures. I don't know. I could just be wrong. One way to find out. Also, endurance, like there's some protection there, right? For it's possible I'm supposed to just fetch basic. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I think we're playing against oops. In which case, I think we're gonna hold up endurance. Yeah, I think we're playing against oops, so we're holding up the endurance. I mean, they could have pack a negation or whatever. Actually, these oops players like out themselves because they play 61 cards. Okay. Possible. It's not gonna matter here, I don't think. But it might be right to just like use natural order for pitch because we have reclaimer up. So that is potentially right. It's probably right to be honest. I thought about it, just I didn't like think about it that hard. How many packs? I guess it doesn't matter, right? I see three already. Okay, they're all in their yard, thankfully. So here we're gonna keep mana up. It should be. I agree. All right, we're gonna natural order here for Atraxa. They'll have two mana up. They can't kill us, and presumably Atraxa gets us either more disruption. I mean, I don't. I guess there's none, right? Like there's a second endurance that we have in a luck sack, but more, but potentially just into the combo kill, right? Which is pretty cool thing about the smog combo, it being part of the 60. Okay. So the question here is like, I don't think we want natural order. Just like doesn't play well with reclaimer. I don't know if we even want smog to be honest. I guess smog is just a him is maybe okay. Who knows? Let me see. We have a lot to take out. It's probably not safekeeper. I think we want this for sure. And force in case they have like the Belcher or plan or Leyline of Sanctity. Huh. Okay. Too many cards. Uh, Actually, yeah, it's eight. I don't think we want any of these other cards here. And Smog is the only one that's like kind of bad by itself. So if we do that, I don't think we can cut 5 cards. Actually, it'll be 4. Maybe that's okay. Hold on. Okay, we do this. We're 4 short, but then we cut dorks. I don't know if I like that, to be honest. Like Witherloom being bad by itself. I don't think win condition is like what's relevant in this matchup. I think we just try to be as lean as possible. So I think in this matchup I do like boarding out the Smog combo because we have lock pieces. Like I don't think they can fight through it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I think I like natural order better as just like a win on low resources. Yeah, I if we're gonna say it's 50-50 whether that you know ley line of sanctity, our bitter rival, eternal rival, right? Our nemesis, our true name nemesis. How's my audio, by the way? Audio check. Sure. What the heck are they gonna name? Force of Vigor? Keen Eye Curator? Fairy Macabre. Thank you. Thank you for the audio check. We kept 7. I think we're gonna deck thin because that's what won us the previous match. At least game 1. Game 2, I felt like we are pretty ahead, so that's a different story. But we just take Bop, right? Uh, Probably just that. They're a ley line of sanctity gamer. Board in our third force of vigor. Okay. Oof. One time pithing needle. Not quite pithing needle. The funny thing is, like, when Oops was more popular, I thought about playing Dry Militant. Would help here, but unfortunately, it's not where we're at here. I guess on the bright side, we're gonna figure out what their deck does, right? Like, we're gonna let them mill their deck, so at least we can see how they boarded. Now they can always like try to like juke us and do something different, but we'll see. So here, we would have had to draw the needle naturally. Kenai would have been nice too, and of course Kenai would have been natural. So 1 point for Kenai right now. What do they board? 3 ley line of sanctity, sure. Couple pack of negations. It's just obscene in this matchup, unfortunately. This matchup and Doomsday is the match where it's like obscene against us. It literally shuts off everything. I mean, just go for it, right? Yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing. I mentioned that earlier. I don't know if you missed it. It's definitely better than like a random dork. Do we have any other cuts? Probably just a dork. I think I boarded correctly. I think Smog is out this matchup. This is a mulligan. So the question here is like, do we dare them to turn one us? Oops, players are just always leaking information, right? 61 cards. Actually, we don't need another reclaimer. So they lay down Sanctity us here. We're just gonna ramp. That's fine. What are we doing here? Yeah, I think. Actually, yeah, I think we just ramp. Good. Then we have turn 3 natural order. Like not a bad place to be. The fact that they're playing Leyline Sanctity is just obnoxious, though. Keen Eye Curator again would be helpful here. I think you still play Reclaimer. Not sure what you're saying. Don't know if I agree with that. I think the ramp is more important. You play what your hand is, and don't worry about top decks, in my opinion. And there's just as equally top decks that reward you for ramping, namely another Green Sun. All right, you can Green Sun for more ramp or Collector Oof. Do they just not have a kill? I just assume I'm dead. Now, granted, it's the matchup, but I had to like check what is the overlap between Oops and Reanimator. It's probably like what, maybe 30%, something like that, 25%. I think overall, maybe the other thing is, if nothing else, it's gonna be more fun, right? Oh, thank goodness! I thought we were dead. DEAD, dead. So I think I'm gonna set a draw step here in case I want to talk about an embarrassment of riches. Um, I will not. I repeat, I will not uh do the other thing now. Actually, let's do this. Pitch that. Oh, almost screwed that up. In Thoughtseize, land, probably just a pitch card. So if I hit the Leyline of Sanctity right now, the endurance has to be pitch cast. I think I'd rather just have it protected with Reclaimer. So this is gonna have to pitch a card. Maybe I'm just pitching the endurance then and bash with a Reclaimer for 4, and then represent lethal next turn. I mean, they have to go for it now, right? Mm, I think I like. I think they have removal. I think I'm gonna do this right now. Okay. 2-0. Things looking pretty good. Although that game, no thanks to Smog. But we did have natural order. I think one thing that I've already realized is with the Smog combo, even if it is, let's call it what it is, more inconsistent, the clock of the deck is definitely faster, right? Like, if I need a board in natural order in some matchups, so be it. That's not the end of the world. But against something like energy, like, all right, if you're gonna turtle up behind your tokens, we're just gonna combo you out, like, which is what happened at game 1, and then game 2 we were pretty ahead. Like, here's the list that I'm like. To be honest, I threw this together a couple hours ago, like brainstorming it because it's something I had been thinking about for months, like, but not intense, intensely thinking about. It's just like kind of casually, like as we cut all the fat from the deck, like there's more and more room now to like play the small combo main. Also scares people. I mean, I don't think I would just because like you just like destroy your sideboard, right? Like what you don't have enough relevant cards. All right, see ya, Joff. Take it easy. Nothing else. I'll just like post this deck, and people will assume the Cradle pilots will be on Smog for Eternal Weekend, even if they're not. Oh my god, this kind of deck. I think we just do that. We're gonna just go to turn 2 Collective. Hope that gets there. Yeah, we 5-0. I think it's probably the real deal because this version is going to be inherently less consistent. Yeah. If we 5-0, I think the deck is going to be the real deal. Also, I will have everybody will have to thank Upa because he's a big reason why I would even try this because, like I said, he beat me heads up, and I thought he was favored in the heads up. Almost exactly 1 year ago to this day. Okay. Hmm. That is very interesting. Oops. My apologies. That's a 2/2. So it's a free attack here. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. They're probably like WTF. What is going on here? Candelabra, okay. All right, we have the game. I'm starting to be a believer. I am starting to be a believer. It's kind of nuts. Like I said, what we're doing here. Ta-da! Pretty good. Again, this matchup is way harder, or this game is way harder if we don't have the combo Rick just randomly here, right? All right. I think we keep the combo in for this particular matchup. Force of Vigor comes in, probably Seas as well. Reclaimer is kind of horrendous in this matchup. Actually, white is not even good either, right? Like, I'd rather cast Weather Bloom Command than white. Blasphemous as that sounds in this kind of matchup. Talon Gates probably not. We have room for 4. We want the Snuff Out. So the Pitting Needle. I think. Do we want the Snuff Out or the Reclaimer? Reclaimer is like kind of bad, but like we need actual creatures though. I feel like the Snuff Out is probably just better. We just like board out all our land searchers. 61. Maybe only 3. Actually, I don't think we want Saga. We're cutting all the land fetchers. We'll just play a naked needle. So we can play the force stuff out. It's a lot of non-creatures. Once upon a time, it's probably like real sketch in this configuration. I have to do the math, but I would have to imagine once upon a time is like really bad here. Oops, sorry, my mistake. Okay. Sure. This is the this is the issue we run with running multiple snuff outs, right? Uh, deck thin. Hopefully hit a dork. There's a good chance it just misses. There's the dork we asked for. I guess we just play it. That is obnoxious. I hate this land so much. This should be banned, in my opinion. Okay. I think we might see snuff out on a creature here. There's a decent chance. They're probably gonna get that one thing and just like ice our land. But what can we do? They're gonna get I forgot the thing's called. The 2-drop. Not lattice, but the one before that. Liquid metal coating. I don't even know what that is. Target non-creature permanent. Okay. It's a sweeper, I guess. Is that what that is? So if I attack, well, they're gonna be able to tutor regardless. Non-creature permanent. Okay. So they're gonna ice my oof here, presumably, with that one thing. The 1-drop. Portable hole. If they have it. Cursed totem. Okay. So close yet so far. How much mana did I have? 1. Three. I have 7. Oh my god, they can cast this next. We're gonna just. This is awkward. Sideboard. So this makes three. They're literally one off. Oh my god. They're gonna sweep and they're gonna hit a land drop, right? Did they miss a land drop? Am I supposed to just like walk into this? The problem is if I smog them, they just pitch the other two cards and they just hope the top deck, and then that turns on their whole deck. I almost feel like I have to hope they miss. Yep. Okay. We're committing to it. If they have it, they have it. Yep, they do. Oh jeez. Okay, I guess they're just gonna sweep our deck. Player Nexus should be banned, in my opinion. It's a very aggravating card to play against. It's insane that they're playing Curse Totem. I don't think we can win from here. Well, we have outs, but not really. Wait, what? It hits that? Oh, non-creature. So it hits land. I see. All right. We're just dead now. There's no coming back from this. How do we feel we boarded there? Do we want the snuff outs? I feel like they're not running Flesh Breaker. I feel. Mulligan. Mulligan. Sure. Possible we're supposed to keep the first hand. It has turn three protected collective, but I feel like that might be too slow. Mm, I think we get Karn here. In the dark. They ring us, that's fine. I'm kind of regretting getting rid of Reclaimer now because I would have had guaranteed natural order. And because I did that, I do not. So it's costing me. Not really. Just a guess. Um, I misplayed here. We probably lose now because of that misplay. I think I'm supposed to just keep double ramp in case I draw, you know, something relevant. Reclaimer is probably not gonna matter in most circumstances, so um, that probably was a game losing mistake. Yeah, like we cannot beat this card. It may not have mattered for whatever that's. Well, it's hard to say. They had natural Trons. Like I hate it when inconsistent decks get us. Yeah, we're not beating this. So I think if we played it right there, I would have had natural order maybe draw into Thoughtseize. That's still not a guarantee. Like that we win. There's a decent chance we just still lose, whatever that's worth. Nope. Yeah, we have a Traxer there, and we would not be able to cast it. But we would be able to, reset next turn. So we don't want to get wastelanded off. I want to slam white on two. We're gonna let them kill presumably whatever we do turn one. I think we're just F6. Oh, just the ultimate punish. The ultimate punish. Might be still okay. Actually, I guess it doesn't really matter in this board state. Sure, I don't really care. It's like one of the worst creatures against us. What are we doing here? We could have held this for a Cradle, but it's kind of the same thing. We get an extra attack. Ugh. Why is that main deck? What the heck? Yes, we do that. Um, good thing is our we snipe it with. They're not gonna attack. Like I don't think they're that foolish. Nadu and Tamio. The thing about Nadu is it's like the easy mode card, right? Like people want to like play autopilot deck, so to speak. I mean, I guess it makes sense, Ramon. I'm not doubting that. Question now is like, what are we getting here? We're just gonna like go on the aggro plan, I guess, right? Just like three power tribal. Oh, I screwed up. I forgot. Like I can't cast spells, so that's gonna be bad for me. Maybe it doesn't matter anyways. I might have just punted this game. Shoot. You have to block at least one. We might have just thrown this game though. Very mad at it. I did not cast the endurances. That's gonna f me up now. Like we should have. Like they should have one less creature right now. But we like we're dumb. That could be a game losing mistake. Like we made in the previous round. All right. Luckily not punished. Could have easily been punished. What do we lose here? Oh, that was the mistake with the playing the reclaimer. That's more nitpicky, I think. Like maybe we win, maybe we don't. It's hard to say. They played all black creatures, which is annoying, but like, well, actually, only just one, I guess. The good thing about this mapping is it's just incredible mapping against creature decks now. Whereas we had like kind of hideous mapping before. Now we have incredible mapping. We just break the meta like on a random Wednesday. 2-1 right now. Up a game here. Potentially should be 3-0. Deck feels definitely more potent. We have snuff out, so what are we scared of? Nothing, I think. Ugh, I don't want to see that though. They take the snuff out, we go with the lair. They don't take the snuff out, probably with the forest. Sure. I don't think we expose the bayou though. We're gonna expose the birds of paradise and the noble hierarch. Sorry, not the noble. The noble and the lair is what I meant to say. So Ramari, you should pick up this deck. I think you're gonna. Okay, that's what we get for shields down. That's kind of annoying. Two guides playing around the snuff out. Uh, does it do anything right now to kill a guide of souls? I feel like the answer is no. Sure, whatever. Hmm. That Borgorf is kind of obnoxious. Okay, we have no choice. So they're gonna get something back here. Hopefully, it's nothing too scary. Actually, do we just like chump block here? I think we do actually. We don't want them to like. And the mana. Well, let me think. 4-5. Not realistically gonna block in the future. I mean, with the lair, we're just like chump block, I guess. I don't want them getting something relevant. So we give the Bargor something here. If we have another land, we can start blocking next turn. The problem is like I think we just let it go here and take a chance. Oh, punished. Yeah, that's what I get for doing that. The Claron's gonna screw us over now. And I bet you we're gonna draw natural order right now. Or in the next 2 turns. Yeah, let's not do that again. That's cost us the game probably. No, I'm not. I haven't in a while. What the heck? Oh, I see. Just flying? Sure. I guess I block that. I don't think it's gonna matter though. Like we're pretty behind. It's another one. Okay. Let's see if we can win game 3 on the play. This matchup is like kind of difficult, but Smog helps. Where are my socials? If we can win this matchup, I think that's a good sign for the deck. This is the type of matchup where Smog helps a lot. It's the random cheese, right? If you're gonna have your, high variance cards, we'll have our own high variance cards. Mm, sure, I guess. I don't think I can just mold a snuff out or natural order. I don't think that's like a reasonable like strategy. I think we just fetch double Bayou here in case they try to like waste us or something. Tomb. How fun. Hmm. We gotta save this for the turn that matter. Well, maybe not. do it now. Hmm. So this will give it 4, 5, 6. I'll still be short off Atraxa mana, but maybe that's okay. Probably could have squeezed one more damage, but that's okay. You're gonna hit the layer now. Oh, okay, sure. Ugh, that's obnoxious. That's pretty good. They block this. My thing just grows. Cradle of Phil. Why is that? Maybe I'm missing something. Do I want to play this birds? I guess so. In case like I draw the snuff out. Also, Cradle mana, like for the lair. The Clarion is obnoxious. Having to fight through that is pretty crazy. We're only one away. One land away. If they have removal, for sure, this is the removal magnet right now. They're gonna hold it up. I don't. There's no way. If they have removal, there's no way they're tapping out. Okay, I think they're digging for removal because this is like red alarms, pretty much. I think so. Like we just draw Smog right here, we win the game. Doesn't matter how big these things are. The Thoughtseize there is like annoying though. Smog one time. So do we play the land here? I think we do to deck thin. Ugh, the not having the mortuary is hurting us again here. Hmm. We are not. Smog is a one turn kill. I don't think you're paying attention. We actually that was a mistake. What am I doing? Okay, I screwed up. I did not need to fetch there. Why did I do that? All right, that's my fault. We had another turn. For our four outer. It's too late. I don't hate it. We could have got lucky again there. Not having the mortuary is definitely a liability, which we need to correct. But otherwise, I think that deck has felt pretty good. Sure. We finally have the turn two or turn three. We probably should have fetched. It's better to just smog them out. I mean, I know, but like we didn't draw it. Like, I don't know what you're getting at. You're not wrong, but like that is also the obvious. Are you just gonna waste me here? I mean, I wish I was that smart to draw more often. Sure. Not never punished, right? We're just gonna kill them. Turn two kill. Turn three kill them here. I guess they can crop for tabernacle. That'd be annoying. Not too much interesting there. This it's felt like the real deal for what's worth. The deck is it needs to have underground mortuary in the deck, but besides that, it's pretty close, I think, and we have some leeway about how to build the deck. But underground mortuary, I think, needs to be in the deck. And then of course we just like lose the sideboard card. That's all. How do you beat lands? We just did game one, right? Hey, Everett, how's it going? Hopefully you had a good stream. Hopefully you just had a good stream there. Saga, Needle, Force. What are we doing here? I think we don't even need endurance. It's not what really the matchup is about. We have one extra card. What are we doing here? Saga might be too slow now that I think about it. Let's try this, I guess. We also have Needle, but like it's not reliable, super reliable. Not a great hand, but I think we. Let me think. Natural order is like really good in this matchup, but if they like cage us, then it's kind of problematic. How was your stream, Ever? Why wouldn't they know that? I guess we that's true. We could be playing anything, but I think they would just blindly keep in, right? If that's the case, they're just like vomiting their hand. That's usually what we're most afraid of, like the decks that just vomit their hand. Like if my opponent is hellbent before me, we're probably losing. Just like a general heuristic. If they're hellbent by turn two, I think they're gonna cage us though. So who knows? Or they stage us here. Who knows? Also, who knows? They crack. Maybe they just waste us. Tabernacle. Okay. That is an interesting decision. Wow. That is really good. The question here is like, what am I hitting? I think Mox Diamond. I think we just leave them the exploration. Did they play two lands there that turn? They only played one, so they don't have another one. Go after their lands. Okay. Sure. It's fine. We don't have green now. I don't understand. understand what they're doing. Sure. I think they've lost for what it's worth. I don't see how they're winning from this board state. Like they don't have green. Yes and no. So question here is like, I can pay one for this and then activate. I just like pitch this in response. Get a cradle out. 3. I think they're just DOB for what it's worth. I don't see how they're winning from here. Like that is what I mentioned that before multiple times. Sly RZ that we don't have mortuary and that's a mistake. Mm, hold on. I think we fetch here just in case. Okay, that works. That's game now. Force of Vigor with a bloom, green sun. Yeah, all right. Deck felt like the real deal. We went 3-2, but don't let that fool you. We had a small misplay here, game 3 against one of the harder matchups in um Keyring, and I think there's a chance if we didn't misplay, we win the game. Here we're playing against somebody with main deck Clarion. We even stole game 1, but we didn't draw well in the post board games, but for what it's worth, the small combo felt pretty good. Like they already are stretched on removal with Wild the Reliquary. Like we also misplayed. Like I obviously there's that, but like they're already very stretched on removal because of Wild Reliquary. If this resolved, they just dead on board. Like it's just more ways to cheese the game, right? Like the deck just felt like it had more permutations of ways to win. Now, granted, we didn't play against Reanimator, so that matchup is supposed to get worse. But in the harder matchups, it felt a lot easier. And the Birds of Paradise kind of felt like a necessary evil because of how many black cards we had. Something I thought about was like playing Unmasked because of the black count, but maybe that's just going a little too deep. But we definitely, in my opinion, we probably want the Underground Mortuary. Like, there's a few times where like we had extra mana and we just need a dig for the Smog to turn the corner, so to speak, right? Um, yeah. What land do you cut for the Surveil? I don't think we can cut anything. This is already bare bones. Like, I don't think you can cut Lair. It's just like turning a Wild Reliquary into a win condition probably too important, and I don't want to go down to 14 mana sources. Now, there's an argument to be made, like how good was God's Cradle actually? Um, like I don't remember it doing much, but like, this is definitely not safe in my opinion. The No, I don't mess around with mana bases. I like if I'm gonna play what I consider a spell land, I'm gonna cut probably endurance. If I'm being honest. We also have one extra card for what it's worth, so like, and as of right now, I don't feel that scared about Reanimator. Famous last words, obviously, but I think I just want the maybe the 20-second land because the Surveil land is a spell. I don't think it's crazy, but like Cradle is also where this deck gets some of its power too, right? Like I have to think about it, but it definitely felt like the harder matches were a lot easier. And like like I said, don't be fooled. We went 3-2. This easily could have been a 5-0, but we didn't play the best in these game threes. I would say on average, these were some of the harder matchups. Uh, Sideboard, there's not much to say really, right? Like Snuff Out is a must in my opinion. C is maybe less necessary if we just have an alternate kill. Force of Vigor, like I don't know, we'll see. I'll think about it. Like it definitely felt like we should have had the Surveil land though, but that's a whole different spiel, right? Anybody have any questions? Like this is pretty promising. Uh, Run it back. It's already almost 11 here. And I have an early work meeting tomorrow. I would, but this is already the second of a second night of a back to back stream already, anyways. So, uh, if it was another night, maybe, but I don't. And I have an early work meeting tomorrow, like I said, so probably not. We can raid the EBFG, I guess. Anybody have any questions for me, by the way? It's very funny. So whoever plays this now at Eternal Weekend is probably just gonna have you know, a trick up their sleeve. Would you register for EW or still the old list? To be honest, I need to test this more, but it's very promising. I think as of right now, if I were to guess, this deck probably has a m- much higher. I don't know about much, but a noticeable higher ceiling than the standard list, and the floor I would say is only a little bit lower. Obviously you can't, it can't be just a straight upgrade, but I would think on the EV is maybe higher, but obviously not fully tuned. But first iteration felt pretty good, and like I said, it's just more permutations to win the game, like between free wins in natural order that draws you in the combo too. Why the Reliquary just solos fair matches by itself. Like really, the only way I find myself losing with Why the Reliquary untapping is like some obscure combo, like either Entomb Reanimate, or I wouldn't say it's obscure, but Entomb Reanimate, or I don't know, Nadu drawing like 80 cards. So something odd would have to happen. I don't think I'm losing a fair game if I'm untapping with white. It's it's like untapping with Frog or Dread Horde and any of these other like solo target game kind of cards. All right. Anybody have any questions for me? But yeah, the tentative thing is maybe one Surveil land. It came up a few different times, and maybe what do I do for a living? Great question. I am a electrical engineer, so but I work in aerospace. Our team designs what's it called? Spacecraft. So namely the Starliner is something I work on. Um, but yeah, that's kind of so I'm in aerospace, but I design printer wiring boards. So electrical engineer. Anybody have any other questions? Yeah, like I said, I am probably the least liberal in terms of mana based. Like always, I want to be able to cast all my spells on time without hesitation, and you're probably rarely going to see me cut actual sources unless I deem that the deck, from a EV perspective, is flooding much more percentage wise than the amount I would get back from the extra land, if that makes sense. So that like I would have to do analysis to justify cutting lands. All right. If there are no questions, let's see. Like I said, I'm gonna call this a night for the stream, but I'll go ahead and raid. Thank you everyone for hanging out.